bean soup. I've canned black-eyed peas this morning, but I'm going to show you real fast how I do. You can do plain beans or bean soup or whatever. We will use the Ball Blue Book as far as poundage. It needs to be 10 pounds for my altitude, and it needs to be 75 minutes for pints or 90 minutes for quarts. However, the Ball Blue Book does tell you to pre-soak dried beans. I have did that before and a few times, and I found out that I didn't like that. So for the last 6 years or so, I can my beans from the dried state, not pre-soaking them. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to be using quarts today, and you can see here exactly what I do. I take 1 cup in a quart jar. You put 1 cup of dried beans, and then you are free to add whatever seasonings you like. So in here today, you can see I have a couple slices of hot peppers, a couple carrots. So when I'm saying this, you want to go light on the seasonings because they do intensify. So here I used about 2 baby carrots per quart jar. I have 1 bay leaf, and then I just put in a little chunk of onion. I put about 1/8 a teaspoon of thyme, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and a sprinkle of pepper, and then about 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Then, because dry beans and meats are the same processing time, they're the longest processing time that you will encounter, I go ahead and I add my meat in here. So you can use ham or whatever you want to flavor. I'm using bacon. So I just kind of cut a little, in my pound pack, I just cut it in half and then half again. So I have about 1/6 of a pound. So somewhere around 3 ounces of bacon, I would say, per quart jar. So that's how I have it. Okay, each quart is the same. Here I have a boiling pan of water. This is what I'm going to use to put in my quart jar. I have my All-American canner here. It has the required amount of liquid in the bottom. It is at a simmer. So this All-American, it's the 930 design, so it will hold 14 quarts at a time. Back here in a little pan that you really can't see is my rings, okay? They're in a little pan of boiling water. So I'm going to take each one of these quarts and I'm going to fill it with my boiling water, okay? Now what I do, because sometimes I don't have quite enough, so what I do is I actually just put some water, boiling water, in each one. And then if I have to use just warm water, I'll add warm water to fill it. You need 1 inch of headspace in your dry beans, okay? This makes for a super quick meal. I did run out of some pinto beans, so I used black beans here. Same thing, just black beans. And you can adjust those seasonings. So I like thyme, I like garlic, I like salt, I like a couple slices of hot pepper, and I like a bay leaf, but feel free to adjust those seasonings. Just remember, the reason why you can put meat in this is because we are processing it at the meat requirements, which is 90 minutes for quarts. Oh, I did add a little pinch of celery in here because sometimes I use celery, the vegetable, but I ran out earlier, and so therefore I just went ahead and added a pinch of celery seed in it, okay? Turn off my back burner here. It's getting warm. I'll lift up this pan to get the last couple jars here. I didn't leave you. I'm over here getting another pan of water. So, we're going to fill these up to 1 inch of head space. Got my lids and rings ready. Ooh. So I can go ahead and fill these back up. The other thing is you want to have a paper towel or washcloth dipped in some just white vinegar. That will kind of cut the grease in case some bacon grease got on the edge of these jars. It'll cut that grease for you. So you can get your jars really clean. Because I'm doing this live streaming, I can't really fast forward this or anything, so I'm hurrying as fast as I can, guys. I'll go ahead and just end this here, get this ideal. Then we're going to take our towel. Like I said, you can put it in the white vinegar, and that will cut the grease of if you touched your bacon to your side. And I have hot lids here. Ooh, they are hot. Yes, I do have a little magnetic thingy from Ball, but I just never use it. So I'm going to just put this on top. Put my finger there and tighten. Not tight, and then back it off a little if you need to. So there's how it looks getting ready to go into the canner. And again, we're going to process these for 90 minutes on 10 pounds of pressure. So, and I will do another video on exactly how to use the canner. So I'll just end this here. But when you get done, let me show you some that I just took out. And it's going to look like this. So here is one that I just took out a while ago. It's still hot. The beans, you can tell the beans filled up to about here, which is what you want. You don't want them to overflow. The bacon's in there and the veggies. But this has enough liquid that I can reheat it when I open it. I don't have to worry about it scorching or anything. So that's how you can beans or bean soup. You can do them plain. Like I do my black beans plain. I don't put anything in them. Because then when I open them up, I can do corn and black bean salad, etc. with them. But this is actually bean soup that's ready to eat. It's seasoned. Y'all have a blessed day. Happy canning.